rowdy, get out, come rowdy, make a more gravy.
And now, in color, it's the Porter Wagoner Show, starring Porter Wagoner and the Wagonmasters with Speck, Rhodes, and Norma Jean. Special guests Charlie Louvin and Curly Putman, bringing you your favorite songs and stars of the Grand Ole Opry.
We're so glad to see you. Been wondering how you've been. Everybody's feeling fine, so let fun begin.
Here's one of America's favorite country music singing stars. Ladies and gentlemen, Porter Wagoner. Porter.
Thank you, Doc. I ain't gonna work on the road. I ain't gonna work on the farm. I'll lay around the shack till the mail train comes back and roll in my sweet baby's arms. Roll in my sweet baby's arms. Roll in my sweet baby's arms. Lay around the shack till the mail train comes back and roll in my sweet baby's arms. Last Friday night, while I was laying in jail, out a walk in the street with another man, you wouldn't even go my way. Roll in my sweet baby's arms, roll in my sweet baby's arms, lay around the shack till the mail train comes back, and roll in my sweet baby's arms. Mama's a beauty operator, my sister can weave and spin. Dad owns an interest in that old cotton mill, just watch it old cotton rolling. Roll in the sweet baby's arms, roll in the sweet baby's arms, lay around the shack till the train comes back, and roll in the sweet baby's arms. Oh! All right. Oh, thank you a lot. And that gets us off to a start here with a little bluegrass tune. Right now it's time for us to meet our first guest today. We've got two real fine ones for you today. This boy has made so many fine Capitol records, star of the Grand Ole Opry, and he's got a beautiful ballad picked out to do first for us. Let's welcome Mr. Charlie Louvin. How about it?
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Mr. Wagoner. I just knew the day you left, my life was over. And without you, love, I knew I'd surely die. But today will be a day to remember. For today I forgot to cry. Maybe it means that tomorrow somehow I'll learn to love anew. Maybe it means that I'm slowly beginning to get over you. At least there's hope that I still may survive. For today I forgot to cry. Maybe it means that tomorrow somehow I'll learn to love anew. Maybe it means that I'm slowly beginning to get over you. At least there's hope that I still may survive. For today I forgot to cry.
Thank you, Warden. Thank you, sir. Charlie Louvin. We'll talk to Charlie a little bit later on. Right now, we're going to take time out and watch a good message. Fine, Mack. Mack Magaha and a little of the Arkansas Traveler. Now I want you to meet the pretty little lady on our show, pretty Miss Norma Jean. Come on out here, young lady. What do you got picked out for us today?
I'd like to do one called Pursuing Happiness.
That's a dandy.
I know that my surroundings aren't the very best, but my soul's desire won't let me rest. I'm doing things I really shouldn't do, I guess. I'm just pursuing happiness. I'm living much too fast paced, but who's to care? I'm just looking for a dream that I can share. I'm thinking fast and no one hears my SOS. I'm just pursuing happiness. Almost everyone I know has someone to worry, someone to cheer them with a load. So if I walk by you in too big a hurry, it's because I got no place to go. Where the people gather, that's where I'll be found. In the hope a strong warm hand will reach and slow me down. Behind me I can feel that deep and loneliness. I'm just pursuing Almost everyone I know has someone to worry, someone to cheer them when they're low. So if I walk by you in too big a hurry, it's because I got no place to go. Where the people gather, that's where I'll be found. In the hope a strong warm hand will reach and slow me down. Behind me I can feel that deep and loneliness. I'm just pursuing happiness. I'm just pursuing happiness.
Pretty Miss Norma Jean, and a fine job, real fine. You know, I've had the pleasure of introducing many, many fine talents on my show since it's been on television. And this old boy, it's a real pleasure to have because I've known for a long, long time he had a lot of talent. He's written some great, great songs. You know the big hit I'd call My Elusive Dreams? He wrote and recorded it. And a song that sold many, many records called Green, Green Grass of Home. It's another one he wrote. A wonderful guy. Let's make him welcome to our show, Mr. Curly Putman. How about it?
Thank you. Thank you, Warden. You followed me to Texas. You followed me to Utah. We didn't find it there, so we moved on. You went with me to Alabama. Things looked good in Birmingham, but we didn't find it there, so we moved on. I know you're tired dreams and schemes, for they're only fleeting things, my elusive dream. You had my child in Memphis, and I heard of work in Nashville, but we didn't find it there, so we moved on to a small farm in Nebraska, to a gold mine in Alaska, but we didn't find it there, so we moved on. And now we've left Alaska because there was no gold mine. But this time, only two of us moves on. And now all we have is each other and a little memory to cling to. And still, you won't let me go on alone. I know you're tired of following my elusive dreams and schemes, for they're only fleeting things, my elusive dreams.
Curly, that is just, that's great.
Thank you.
Man, that is just such a beautiful song, and of course the green grass of home. Everything you've written is great.
Thank you very much.
Listen, this is on, I want to plug the record lately.
This is on ABC.
ABC?
It's my first record on ABC.
And listen, you want to put this one in your collection of records because it's a dandy. Curly, thanks a lot for being with us.
Thank you, Porter, and I'll tell you what, if you'll do this song and do as good as you did on the green grass of home, we'll be all right.
Thank you a lot. We'll all be right back. Watch this good message. Here we are back again, and thank you for watching that message. And thank you folks a lot, too. Now, neighbors, it's time for us to meet the old boy on the telephone, Speck Rhodes. Here he comes.
Hello, Sadie. Yeah, this is me. How you doing? You about ready to go out and eat? Having trouble with your new shoes? Hurting your feet? Well, that's all right. It makes me think of something happened at Sadler's store today. Yeah, down there helping out, and this here cosmetic salesman come in. He come in selling perfume, and he was a-limping something terrible when he come back where I was. I said, say, what's the matter? You got a nail in your shoe? He said, no. He said, I've got an awful corn on my little toe, and it's just a-killing me. But he said, I guess a corn is a blessing in disguise. I said, well, how in the world could a corn be a blessing in disguise? He said, well, a good old red hot corn can sure make you forget about all your other troubles. Yeah, he was selling perfume, and he opened up this sample bottle. I bought you some of it. He opened up this here sample bottle of perfume, and he whipped it over under my nose there. He said, smell that, Speck Rhodes. I said, doggone, that smells like pretty good stuff. He said, well, it ought to be. It costs $25 an ounce, and it's called Perhaps. I said, well, buy that for $25 an ounce. I don't want no perhaps. I want positively. Yeah. Me and Jiggers Dillberry used to be in the perfume business. Yeah, we had a perfume factory. No, we didn't sell our perfume for no $25 an ounce. No, we sold it for 10 cents a quart and still made money. Yeah. Speaking of that, you know, I had Julius in Pine Junction yesterday. Yeah, we got on this elevator in that big tall building down there, and this lady come sashaying in there, a great old big lady walked in the elevator, and it's kind of crowded, and she's smelling real good with perfume, and Julius was standing down beside of me, and just everybody crowded around him. This woman looked at him, she says, my goodness, and looked up at me and said, ain't you afraid that kid will smother down there? I said, no, ma'am, he bites. Listen, get them shoes on. I'm going to come down and get you and take you out to dinner. Yeah. See you after bed. Bye, Sadie. So long, honey. You're sweet. Hey.
a real good job, Speck. Thank you. And right now, here's Porter to do one of our most requested songs.
It was a stylish congregation. You could see they'd been around. And they had the biggest pipe organ of any church in town. But over in the amen corner of this church sat Brother Eyre, and he insisted every Sunday on singing in the choir. His voice was cracked and broken. Age had touched his vocal cords, and he'd get behind and miss the words. Well, the choir stormed and blustered. Brother Eyre sang too slow, and he sang the tunes in style 100 years ago. Well, at last the storm cloud burst. The church was told in Vine that Brother Eyre must stop his singing, or the choir was going to resign. So the pastor appointed a committee. I think it's 3 or 4, and they got in their big fine car and drove up to Eyre's door. They found the choir's great trouble sitting in an old armchair, and the summer's golden sunbeams lay upon his snow-white hair. He was singing Rock of Ages in a cracked voice, soft and low, but the angels in heaven understood him. That's all he cared to know. Said York, "We're here, dear brother, with the vestry's approbation, to discuss a little matter that affects the congregation. Now, we don't want no more singing, except what we've bought. The newest songs are all the rage, the old ones stand for naught. So we've decided," are you listening, Brother Eyre? "You'll have to stop your singing. It's messing up the choir." The old man raised his head, a sign that he did hear, and on his cheek the 3 men caught the glitter of a tear. His feeble hands pushed back the locks as white as silky snow, and he answered the committee in a voice both soft and low. "I've sung the Psalms of David nearly 80 years, said he. They've been my staff and comfort all along life's dreary way. I'm sorry I disturbed the choir. I guess I'm doing wrong. But when my heart is filled with praise, I can't hold back a song. You know, I wonder if beyond the tide that's breaking at my feet, in that far-off heavenly temple where my master I shall meet, wonder if when I try to sing the songs of God up higher, reckon they'll kick me out up there, singing heaven's choir." A silence filled the little room. The old man bowed his head. The committee went on back to town, but Brother Eyre was dead. Oh, the choir missed him for a while, but he was soon forgot. And a few churchgoers watched the door, but the old man entered not. Far away his voice is sweet, and he sings his heart's desires, where there are no church committees and no fashionable choirs. And welcome back to the show, and thank you folks for watching The Good Message. Charlie, it's always nice to have you on the show with us.
Well, thank you kindly, Porter. After that tremendous job you did a minute ago, I feel like doing something sadder, but since this one has the word cry in it, I guess I can go ahead.
Good, man. This is a kind of an old one of the older numbers called "See the Big Man Cry."
That's it. The other day I walked out on the street. I happened to see a pretty young woman, a little bitty boy, and he looked back at me. See the big man cry, mama, that's what I heard him say. See the big man cry, mama, looks like his heart will break. I followed them to a pet shop window. The little boy stopped to see. He looked up at her and said, if I had a daddy, he'd buy that puppy for me. See the big man cry, Mama, that's what I heard him say. See the big man cry, Mama, he looks like his heart will break. I wanted to tell him I was his dad, sure had a pretty mom, but the judge had said that I could never see them for the things I'd said and done. See the big man cry, Mama, that's what I heard him say. See the big man cry, Mama, he looks like his heart will break. Uncle Buck. As you grow older, you'll find someone who is dear. You just stick by her and you take care of her, and you will never hear. See the big man cry, Mama, that's what I heard him say. See the big man cry, Mama, he looks like his heart will break.
Charlie Louvin, and thanks to Curly Putman being our guest today too, and most of all, thank you folks for being with us. Invite us back to your house next week. Until then, so long everybody. Let's go to the house, boys.
This has been the Puller Wagoner Show in color. A half hour of good country music and fun brought to you from the home of the Grand Ole Opry. Be sure to tune in next week, same time, same station. Thank you.